Good morning, folkers. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're in the world. Snapzilla Gorilla, welcome to the Definition of Anarchy. On this day of July 13th, 2020, I'm going to talk about heavy-duty country's take on the NFAC march on Stone Mountain. All right. Now, he has some heavy criticisms. And you know what? I have some of the same criticisms. I have some of the same criticisms. Pardon me, guys. I gotta take care of this real quick. I have some of the same criticisms in terms of, how they were marching, and I don't agree with a lot of what Grandmaster Jay said about his mission statement, but that's his mission statement. Like, I'm not running that group. I'm not part of that group. So if I criticize too heavily on what he's talking about, then I'll be armchair quarterbacking, like the heavy-duty country boy is. All right, so let me talk about the heavy-duty country boy's take on him. The mission statement of the NFAC, as far as I understand it, from the Grandmaster Jay, is that they want land to themselves. All right, they want sovereign land to be given to them by the United States, which is due to us, technically by the U.S. government, for reparations, right? I know it's too late for reparations. Shut your mouth. So anyway, what he said was, we'll take Texas. Okay. Now, for those of you who don't understand English or understand nuances and understand how things are communicated, he wasn't threatening to come into Texas and take it over. He wasn't threatening to come into Texas and take Texas by force. He's saying, as an example to me, that he'll take Texas if it's given to them. And now he might not be talking about all of Texas. He might be talking about all of Texas. I don't know. He's using that as, say, an example, right? Because essentially we were supposed to be given large sums of land as a people once we were released from slavery. But what ended up happening was they put us into sharecropping immediately afterward, so that we end up owing a debt to these people, to these white folks that would call in the debt and take our land. And it wasn't even our land in the first place. And not only that, you had the sharecropping, right? We were supposed to be given islands off of the coast of Virginia, right? There's a bunch of islands off the coast of Virginia. I don't know if you know about it, but that was supposed to be part of our country as Africans who freed slaves, right? None of these things ever happened. So what he's saying basically is that we want what's due to us, which is technically due to us, right? Not necessarily by white individuals, but by the corporations that have benefited directly and indirectly from slavery. There are companies right now that have benefited from slavery. So we're not, when I talk about reparations coming to us, I'm not talking about from the average white dude, right? I'm talking about from the corporations and the government, right? I'm not talking about taking tax money from the taxpayers to do this, do that. Anyway, so moving on to what the country dude, whatever the fuck his name is, the country best or this country motherfucker, whatever, country dude, boo, whatever, talking shit about the formation and the discipline and what Grandmaster Jay was saying about these guys being, Grandmaster Jay, he probably used hyperbole when he said that everybody that was marching was military. I seriously doubt that. And even if they were, that doesn't mean that once they got out of the military, that they kept marching down the fucking street. It's not to say that they kept doing the same drills they were doing in the military, or they kept, you know what I'm saying? They probably are like me, right? I know how to march. I know trigger discipline. I know the proper formation. If you're marching down the street, right, with weapons, and you might be a target, you don't march so close together. You give 5 meters of separation. 5 meters of separation, because guess what? That's how far the blast from a grenade will go. 5 meters, right? The kill radius of a grenade is 5 meters. So you give yourself 5 meters from the guy you're marching next to. And it's a formation. It's a staggered formation, right? I know that as prior military. But it takes time to instill that into everyone. There's so many people, like there's a few hundred people in that group that marched. It takes a lot of time to drill that into somebody and make sure that it's done properly, right? And then you got the marching in step, right? Left, 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 right, left. That's the cadence. And you singing cadence and all. He was talking shit about them not singing cadence and this, that, and the third, not being in proper formation. Okay. You can't really say that. You can't really say that they're not military because they're not doing that. They're civilians now. They're not necessarily marching to war. They're not marching through Hanang or a fucking Vietnam forest, motherfucker. They're just marching through to the motherfucking Stone Mountain. They're not going to attack anybody. They're not going expecting to be having grenades thrown at them, right? They just got together. And from what I understand, there was 3 different groups that formed NFAC. So on short notice, it takes time to drill and build these types of muscle memory and to build camaraderie and to build team motion and have all that shit going together, right? So were they like, oh, we're going to war right now? No, motherfucker, they wasn't talking about that. So the country boob, whatever the fuck your name is, you talk big shit. You talk big shit, right? You want to talk big shit about the black dudes marching with their weapons. Yeah, one of them had the scope backwards. Okay, one of them had the scope on backwards. Maybe he was just slapping it on real quick. Yeah, maybe they were just trying to show force. Maybe they were trying to show like they were big and bad and forgot the fucking proper direction that the scope was supposed to go into. Maybe it wasn't their weapon. Who knows? Who knows? Does that mean that you're better and that your people are better than them? No. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that. What it means is that they threw some shit together and decided to show force, to show that they wasn't playing around, right? Okay, one guy had his scope on backwards. They weren't having 5 meters of separation. They didn't have a staggered formation. They weren't on opposite ends of the road like you're supposed to be. So what? So what? They're not. They're a militia that was newly formed. They're not the army, homie. And let's not get it twisted. I've seen some white motherfucking militia members looking sloppy as fuck. Don't get it twisted. So you want to point those motherfuckers out? Those sloppy, big belly motherfuckers, right? With the titties hanging out and all that shit. Big old bellies over the belt. Standing still to shoot. You know what I'm saying? Not really practicing quick reaction and all that other shit. And some of them are. So what? They're shooting at targets. They're shooting at targets that aren't shooting back. Right? I've seen some sloppy militia members. I've seen it. I've seen it. Some sloppy white militia members. So don't act like the NFAC is the sloppiest motherfucker. I've seen sloppier from the whites. Okay? Don't get it twisted. And I'm not trying to be racially divisive, but I'm just pointing out the hypocrisy for motherfuckers like the country bumpkin, whatever his fuck his name, whatever you want to call yourself. The country, I swear to God, I keep forgetting his name. I don't want to get it wrong. Country, Mo Country Matters, Country Boys Matter. I don't know. Damn it! I'm really trying not to fuck this up. Let me see. But anyway, okay. So so look. And you know what? I hope they seen that video and they use it constructively to improve upon the shit they doing, right? They might take it. They might take what he said and say, okay, I hear you. I hear you, country bumpkin, whatever the fuck your name is. Oh, what is his name? I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I really don't know his name. Let's see. All right, here we go.
Well, gosh dang it.
Heavy duty country.
NFAC. What does that stand for? I forgot. Oh, that's right. Not fit, actually chubby. Some of you
Not fit, actually chubby. Let's talk about that. Not fit, actually chubby. I've seen some pretty sloppy white boys call themselves part of militias, call themselves marching for Second Amendment rights, which I have no problem with. I've seen it from the white side. So don't see this bullshit, right? Listen, country, heavy duty country. No one's scared of you. No one's afraid of you. No one is worried about trying to attack Texas. No one's running into Texas, trying to attack it, trying to take it over by force. No one's trying to do that. All right? And this is the type of BS I'm talking about. This is the type of divisive bullshit I'm talking about. Cats like this want to tell you, oh, you're racially snowflakey, and all this other shit. But you're talking shit as though it can't go both ways. Like the shit don't fly both ways. We both have assholes, homie. Right? We both, no homo. We both have assholes that can projectile shit. That can project shit all across the place. So don't act like your shit don't stink, motherfucker. You understand what I'm talking about? Heavy duty country. Not like you'll ever see the video, you know. You're bigger than me. But the point is, you talking shit about the NFAC as though there haven't been worse from these white boys out there doing the same shit. Looking sloppy. You know what I'm saying? Very bad muzzle discipline, very bad trigger. I've seen it. I wonder if you made a video about that couple in St. Louis that was protecting their home, but was pointing the guns at each other, pointing the guns at the crowd, had the fingers on the trigger. Did you talk about them? The hypocrisy is real, y'all. I just wanted to point that out. And it's cats like this that try to act like they big and bad and better than everybody else. Okay, pimpin', we'll see. We'll see. No, we won't, because guess what? NFC ain't running into Texas to try to take it over. They're not. They're not trying to, you know, they marched on that monument. They didn't try to destroy anything. They didn't destroy any monuments. They didn't destroy any statues. They were just saying, look, man, this is what we want. I don't agree with just having land handed to you by the government. I don't believe in that. What I think should happen, there's plenty of land in Georgia. Plenty of open space in Georgia. As a matter of fact, the whole country is 95% rural open space. There's plenty of pieces of land that we can pull our money together for and buy it and not have to worry about it. Just buy our own land, and then we buy our own land, right? And if reparations come through, then we be reimbursed for the purchasing of that land, get the money back, and then maybe declare sovereignty or something, whatever you got to do. But I don't agree with just saying, hey, government, can you hand me some land, please? No, motherfuckers, it's not theirs to hand to us. So that's one thing. That's one gripe I would say about the NFAC. I would also say that, you know, I would have had them marching on opposite ends of the road, not in the middle of the road, on opposite ends, stagger formation, 5 meters apart, and weapons pointed out toward, you know, one guy weapon pointed, like staggered, like the guy in front of you has his weapon pointed this way, you have your weapon pointed the opposite direction. You know what I mean? Whatever happens. But yeah, that's it. But as far as them coming together in the first place to show force and to show, like, look, we ain't playing around. These are the things we want. We're coming together to try to get things done for us and make shit happen for us. I applaud that. But look, heavy duty country, don't act like your shit don't stink. You made some valid points about the overall, you know, formation and all that, but you know, to try to make it look like a threat, try to make it look like the NFAC was threatening Texas and trying to get people riled up. Like, I think that's bullshit. They weren't saying, we're going to run into Texas and take it over. We're going to blah, blah, blah. We're going to take it like that. We're going to go run. We're going to take the Alamo. No. They didn't say that. They said, we want you to give us some land and we'll take Texas. Not, we're going to invade Texas and seize it. No, that's not what they said. So anyway, heavy duty country, you know, you seem like an arrogant prick, but, you know, I don't know you. You know, I've only seen one video from you. You kind of seem like that. You kind of seem like an arrogant prick that you think your shit don't stink because you go out and shoot, you plink, you know, every now and then, and you know, you probably you know, shoot a lot of guns, and yeah, that's fine, that's cute, that's whatever. White boys ain't the only ones that can do that. As a matter of fact, I know that there are thousands, hundreds of thousands of black people in the South that do the exact same shit heavy duty country does on their land. Shooting, quick reaction, fight training, hunting, fishing, being self-sufficient, farming, Don't act like y'all the only ones that can do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah, we got shit wrapped tight too. Don't act like y'all the motherfuckers the only ones that got the shit wrapped tight. I just wanted to put that out there. Public service announcement. Black people aren't bumbling idiots that need white people to survive. We're not. You understand? Despite what they tell you about the shit going on in Africa, about Africans seizing their land back, and how, oh, we need. I mean, it just gets on my nerves when I hear black people say, you know, these black conservatives, oh, we need those white people out there because they know how to farm and we don't. Why? How was that happen? How did that happen? Is it because of colonialization? Is it because that they came over and took our land by force and took over the land by force and treated us like shit and cut our hand, like did all this horrible shit to where we, like, generation after generation, we forgot more and more how to land, how to farm and all that stuff? And whose fault is that? Why, when all of a sudden, okay, look, we want to be self-sufficient, we don't need y'all all up in here, this is our land, we want to take it back and grow and raise food on our own land, why is that a problem? Y'all need white people. We need white people to learn how. Well, we can't farm without white folks. No, listen. We got black people here in the United States that can go out there and show them how to farm. Y'all think y'all the only one? See, this is the problem. See, this is what white supremacy is. When there's the thought that white folks are the best leaders, the best this, the best that. We can't survive without them, because if it wasn't for them coming over and colonializing us and taking our shit over, we wouldn't be so prosperous. Oh, right? Like, come on. You know, you took advantage. Let me tell you how a lot of this happened. Let me tell you how a lot of it got colonialized and conquered. Okay? Let me tell you. Because they came over to our lands, whether it be Africa, whether it be Australia, whether it be the United States, whether it be this, and they deceived us. They deceived us into thinking that they were friendly and that they wanted to learn from us. So they took what they learned from us, once they learned enough about the land and the culture to feel like they could survive without us necessarily leading the way or being around, then they started being conniving and backstabbing and turned us against each other, right? Like they tell you that Africans sold slaves. Not really exactly how it happened. That's another story. So get us turned against each other. You sow dissent, and you know when we're at our most vulnerable, then you attack. How honorable is that? Oh, that's so great, right? No. Let's just be real about white colonialism. That's how it happened, Pippin. The Chinese are doing it a little differently. They're a little bit more upfront about their conniving. You understand? So just because you guys are a little more deceitful in the way you went about it doesn't mean that it was the right way. That doesn't mean that you're better than us. That means that, yeah, you're better at deceit if you want to take it there. But I'm not going to take it there. What I'm going to take it to is not this bullshit off. No one's trying to. The NFC is not trying to invade fucking Texas. They're not trying to slaughter white people and take over. No, they're not trying to do that. You understand? So, and the children. Come on, man. Come on. Our children are under attack. But I'm gonna take this hot 20 minutes to address this. And that is what it is. So anyway, much love to you guys. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Peace out.